Welcome back to BS Movie Reviews.
And the song was "Murder the Government" that Sean was thinking of.
Yeah.
By NoFX.
Mhm.
I didn't write it, but I just
Dude,
played it.
well, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You do a pretty good version, and your filter is burning.
Well, I know it stinks. It was going in my nose. I just didn't want to look uncool and move. But okay, so we got
We're about, anyways, part two of Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he gets the idea of posing as a pilot and learns everything he can and starts making fake checks.
Yeah, it's sweet because he uses like this the pilots get their own like personal checks, I guess, that they can cash at the airport.
Up to $300.
Yeah, so he gets like the stickers and all the shit to put on them from the buys like a bunch of model planes with the stickers on them and takes the stickers off, which is just fucking genius.
Yeah.
And I mean, nowadays you probably wouldn't get away with it, but this is the '60s we're talking.
Yeah, this movie was based in the '60s.
Yeah. So basically, the he's a pilot for a while. He pretty much just makes a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to see his.
Now I'm trying to remember what his name was as he was the pilot. It was.
Did he have the last name Connor, or was that when he was a?
That was when he was a doctor.
Right. I don't know. Watch the movie. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
But he changes his name.
Yeah, he changes his name, becomes a pilot, and throughout the movie he's writing his dad letters, keeping in contact, sort of.
Yeah.
And Tom Hanks' character is Carl Hanratty.
Hanratty. Hanratty, yeah. And
they basically become friends. They're
not really. Like the cops trying to catch him. That Hanratty dude.
Yeah.
Hanratty, and but Carl doesn't have any friends. Or Carl? Wait, no. Carl Hanratty. Right. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't have any friends in the movie, so he calls up this dude, and Frank calls up Carl, and Frank's talking to Carl, and Carl's just like, I know you have no one to talk to, type thing. And
Frank calls Carl every Christmas Eve.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Well, they're supposed to be with their families, and they don't have anyone, so he calls him, and they talk.
Yeah.
And the first time they meet is Frank is staying at this.
It's a hotel.
It's an apartment.
It's an apartment complex.
Yeah, it's an apartment complex, and Carl finds out where he's staying, and he goes in there, and Frank poses as Barry Allen. Now, if you guys don't know who Barry Allen is, he is the Flash.
Yeah.
From the comics. And
the comic books, is that Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel Comics, the Flash.
Anyway, he poses as a Secret Service Barry Allen. Yeah. And he says, I caught the guy, look out the window, and they see a guy loading a blind man into a car.
Yeah, and they think they caught him, and Carl's convinced, and so Leonardo DiCaprio hands him his wallet and
for identification.
Yeah,
and before Tom Hanks, before Carl looks at it, he shows him out the window, and he's like, oh, and then Frank asks to see some identification, so Carl shows it to him, and then Carl's like, can I come with you? I wanna talk to this guy, kind of thing. Hey, and Frank is like, yeah, just wait here for a minute. I don't want no maids coming in here messing up my crime scene.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna run this typewriter and checks downstairs.
He pulls it off so well.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
This is a kid who knows how to keep his cool.
It was like, man, it was like looking back at like how I would lie to my parents, and you just wonder like, how the fuck did I not just when you first start lying, your parents believe everything you say until they catch you in a lie. Then they know everything you say after that's a fucking lie, right? So
or a soup.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It was kind of I don't know what my point was, but anyway.
So Frank runs outside to go downstairs, and Carl's sitting there thinking they got the guy, and he's sitting on the bed laughing, and decides to just kind of look at the wallet. So he opens it up and realizes it's full of nothing but bottle
flyers and
labels.
shit. Yeah, is it bottle labels that it was for?
Yeah,
Oh.
Frank has an obsession of ripping labels off of bottles.
Yeah.
Big pet peeve of mine.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't.
Lots of people do it. Lots of people
I
do
it every beer I have,
Yeah.
especially if I'm buying a fire pit.
Well, I believe they have a little thing. It's like the top label is a blowjob, and then the bottom label is sex or something. Yeah, something like that. You guys are sick.
Yeah, I don't get you people. There's a lot of times stuff to what. I don't know. I won't get into that.
But anyway, so Frank is posing as a pilot. Wow, we're still at the beginning, and we're almost going to part 3.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So he leaves after he gets a little bit freaked out. He decides not to be a pilot anymore, basically.
Yeah. No, because he's interviewing the dude still. The chief guy at the airports, and that's when he says, "Not right now. I'm trying to deal with this skyline."
Yeah.
What's this?
Sky. It was like James Bond.
Yeah, they refer to him as James Bond, and then this kid's like, "James Bond, you say?"
Yeah. So he goes out buying all this James Bond garb, like the car and his suits.
He buys 3 James Bond suits and a little sporty.
Talk about fucking
import car.
heat score.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, they call me James Bond, so I'm gonna look like him.
Yeah, that's just as bad as people who smoke dope and they have fucking pot leaves on their fucking like in their car everywhere, stickers and fucking those dice with the pot leaves on them. Fuck. I mean, talk about making it obvious that people do drugs.
Yeah, no doubt. Anyway, so after that, he's flying all over the place, forging checks, and what he's doing is changing the numbers on the bottom so that the check is routed to across the country, and then before it gets back, it's been 2 weeks or something. So he doesn't get caught for a while. So it's a pretty neat little scam. He goes through a bank and meets a girl and learns everything he can about checks and writing checks and what everything means on it. Hey, so
that's right.
And the clerk the bank clerk or teller is played by Miri off of Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Yeah.
I don't know her real name, but
oh man, we gotta review that movie one day.
Yeah,
I like
that's
show.
A good movie.
The black guy's funny.
He is.
But yeah. So anyways, he becomes a doctor.
Yeah.
He meets this girl actually at the desk and. He asks her, and this girl's crying and stuff, so he kind of comforts her.
Yeah.
And because she thinks she's bad at her job, and so he says, are you guys looking for any doctors? So he goes, what he does when he wants to pick new jobs is he rents movies and watches movies about what
the job is.
Yeah, pretty much. And then so he's a doctor now. Goes into, there's a part, this is where him and this girl, she gets her braces out. He said, by the way, she had braces. I don't know who cares, but
yeah.
Anyway, she gets her braces out, and she walks up to show him, and so they start macking out, and that's when that happens.
The hair, yeah.
and then sorry.
No, it's okay.
And then basically, yeah.
That's pretty much what he looked like, and then he just slicked it back, and he looked pretty good.
It almost reminds me of a time I saw Sean. Kind of looking like that once.
Yeah.
But there was we won't get into that.
No.
But there was
That's a different show.
Yeah, a totally different show. For show.
For show.
But there's a doctor.
Yeah, and this is where he becomes Frank Connors.
Mm.
And he ends up asking the young. Oh yeah, and there's an emergency call. Yeah. That's what it was. They were macking out. There was an emergency call. Yeah. He had to go deal with it, and it was a kid with a broken leg, and he got just disgusted about it. Well, he got the other doctors to deal with it, and he went and threw up.
Yeah.
And so him and the nurse that he's hooking up with are in the bed, and she's crying, and he's like, it's okay, don't worry, I don't care if you're a virgin. And she starts crying even more. She says, I'm not a virgin, I had a miscarriage. Yeah. Or no, sorry, I was pregnant, I had an abortion.
Pregnant, she was violated.
Yeah, she got her dad got a friend to take care of the baby, and I believe... it was the abortion.
Oh.
She got pregnant by some guy, and then the dad got a friend to hit her with a golf club in the stomach to kill the baby.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's what it was?
And then the dad kicked her out and said, "You're not welcome back."
That's fuck? I had no idea that. I thought his friend just did abortion. Talk about the worst way to...
That's what was the deal.
That's one way to do it, I guess. It's cheap. If you're from the U.S. and you have to pay for health care, fucking push your girlfriend down a flight of stairs. Oh,
what? Honey, you're pregnant? Come here.
Yeah. I almost wanted to do an impression of the girl, but nah. But anyways, we gotta go.
We're getting on to part 3.